So this is the entrance into Augustus's home, apparently. I have to look inside through his glass only. Don't know if I can even get the ceiling. Now here you can notice how thick the base for the fresco is. So imagine these when they were fresh, vibrant, and clear. These are like finding original Mayan rooms. Some architectural knickknacks from the area around Augustus' house. Notice these very old column remains are of cement. Apparently excavations in this immediate area suggest this was the location of, or the remains of, somewhere here, the house that Romulus and Remus were brought up in. Of course, that was the beginning of Rome. Apparently, somewhere in here, in the 1940s, excavations revealed evidence of wattle and daub huts, 2 of them. Nothing appears to remain of that now. Down in that area is where Augustus' house and the huts of Romulus are. Behind me, to the left here, is the Domus is the Orti Farnesia, or Farnesiani, and which was originally the Domus Tiberiani, which is where he had his palace at one time. And I'm just looking pretty much to the northwest, west-northwest, panning around. A lovely day in Rome today. That, I believe, is the Vatican over there. Here's Augustus' house that we were at. Here's the Colosseum. Here is the hut of Romulus. And this is where Tiber had his palace. And this is the Orte Farnesiani over here. So apparently all of this on the other side of this little outcropping, including this outcropping, and perhaps all down through here, was the palace of Tiberius, or Tiberian, or whatever his name was. This is the Domus Tiberiani. The Lonely Planet maps and the markings here at the site are abysmally bad. No way to really easily orientate yourself. So Tiberiana was there, and over there where those people are going is the hut of Romulus. Actually, turning around 180 degrees, this is Casa Livia here, very faintly. Most people will miss this sign. Okay, we're at one end of the crypto portico, and this is a 128-meter tunnel built by Nero to connect his Domus Aurea, House of Gold, with the imperial palaces on the Palatine. This is the original terrazzo type floor, terrazzo or Perhaps mosaic, because that looks like mosaic there. Terrazzo, I'm just thinking of as something that's made out of a surface of small stones and cement. This is a mixture of both those. How much of this is original, I don't know. It's interesting that just as I came in, there's another hallway that goes off to the right there somewhere. Interesting, too, are these chunks of marble that stick up that appear to indicate the applique of a surface of marble all along here. And here what might have been an ancillary stairway and provided natural light for obvious reasons. Here's some depository of architectural debris. Some kind of workshops in there with a fan going. And the exit out here. Here what may be just the faint remains of some early color. When I first came in, I walked along that road past these broken chunks of old buildings that I referred to, up there to that intersection, and then right along that pathway. Now I'll go up and explore the area to the left. Here another probably a decorative garden type of grotto area. You can see on that upper wall holes that held other rock work like this. Would have been a protrusion out the back that acted as an anchor. Some of this may have just been randomly put back in as an attempt at some kind of slapstick restoration. But it is interesting to note the mosaic work. It probably was original. Here's some more. Probably the green color is a mold in there. And those were probably pilasters that were decorated in some other fashion. Now this is one of several entrances to a large complex, and not even a hint of what it might be. After a while you become sensitive enough to look for these barely legible old signs. So where we are now, just to orientate, is right here somewhere. This is Flavia, House of Flavia. And here we get a little bit of a sense of what one house might have looked like, or at least its dimensions and so forth. What this kind of circular area here, somewhat octagonal, was, I don't know. Perhaps that wall gives an idea of the height of these palaces. It's hard for a layperson to evaluate much of what we see because of the stratigraphy of the history here. Anything you're looking at could either be Roman or it could be Renaissance, who repositioned stuff to make their gardens more interesting. Or it could be something dropped as it was being pillaged during the Dark Ages and the building of churches. Here's an interesting structure, whatever it is. A long oval, presumably surrounded by these columns, or at least the entranceway was these columns. Perhaps it was an interior space.